Hey everybody, Stippling Vaughn, and I'm at it again, still working on this piece. Uh, Nat the Merc from Simon Poitier's Natverse, and it is available on Indiegogo right now as we speak, so go check it out. And you can slightly hear the music. I got here right when they open. When I get in here right when they open on a Sunday, the music is low. And of course, the thing is that when Sundays, it can stay low. Usually within the next half hour, 45 minutes of opening, the music gets cranked up. Whereas Sunday, it can be in here. It can be low for quite a while. Okay. So of course, you can see we're at the bar. We got preseason football starting here, which is basically American Idol football. And of course, our sponsor is Scat Investigators. The ash can is available. Follow Mac and Bob as two PA game wardens do their job of protecting the horror monsters from the public and keeping them secret. Last night, I was on Vanessa's show, The Chat. She had me on again, which was very nice. Thank you very much, Vanessa. Had a great time. And Shane Davis jumped on. We were just streaming, and he was first just saying hi in the chat, and then he jumped on. And it was really nice. And there were certain things that I had talked about, I'd mentioned, which I mentioned yesterday in yesterday's stream about Mike Chen and about like doing reviews, and he said how like doing a review or really a critique in a school environment versus professionals critiquing each other's work are two completely different things, which can explain why why it's not easy to do a critique of for professionals to do critique of other people's work. And so I was like, hadn't really ever considered that, so I got enlightened on that. But still, it was nice having Shane on. It wasn't until maybe like 10 minutes in of him on the stream that I realized, I'm like, wait a second, I'm streaming with Shane Davis. Huh, cool. And that's the nice thing. Again, that's the thing about crowdfunding is you really do get to interact with the creators. Whether as a fan you get to interact with the creators, and it helps out because with them explaining the process, and then you're basically on with the journey. That's until crowdfunding really came up. The only time you really got to meet professionals was at shows. And when you're at a show and there's so many people at a show, it's hard to make an impression on the creator for them to remember you. And that's changing with crowdfunding. And I think that's a big deal for me personally. I think it is primarily because you have advocates. As a creator, your fan base becomes advocates for you. And when they're talking, they can be like, hey, they help defend you. They can help hold you in check if you need to be put in check. I know, like Billy Tucci, I see him now at shows. When I see him at shows, he recognizes me. He may not remember my name, but he does recognize me. And that's the first step. And it's really, I think that's where crowdfunding is really getting back to its roots with comic books, in that your fans are your backers. They are your employers. And there's just so much positivity and energy and fun with crowdfunding that it used to be that you could go into a comic book store and you'd spend the next hour and a half talking comics, but I've noticed, like, lots of times when I go into a comic book store, there's not as many people going into the comic book stores, so you don't interact with people as much about the different books. Or plus, also people get really defensive now if you're critical of a specific book or character or creator. And so we're getting back to the roots of comics with what I'm seeing with crowdfunding and the interaction with the creators. So, and I like the topics we talked on. We started off, the topic of the show was about basically creating content for a show. And my hat's off to anybody who streams on a regular basis. It is not easy coming up with content. I'm just, all I do is, you guys can see, I post videos every single Saturday, every single Sunday. And I'll tell you something, guys, it is not easy coming up with just 15 minutes of stuff to talk to, because I have to talk consistently and constantly during those 15 minutes. And it doesn't sound like it's that hard, but it's coming up with a topic and then having a argument to support that subject or opinion of that subject is not easy. So my hat's off to anybody who's doing a streaming on a regular basis. One of the first things we talked about yesterday on the show was Tighten the Mouse, which this is volume 3 is right now available on demand. In campaign mode on Indiegogo. And the contest, there is an art contest available. And what I have done is I have created my thumbnails for the art contest. So you can see we got 1, 2, 5, 6, and then we got 3, 4, 7, 8 there. Those are the thumbnails that I've done. And if you're watching this video, at the end of the video, if you could just put in the comments which one, they're all numbered. If you could just put in the comments a number of which of those thumbnails you think would look good worked up as a drawing. I'm going to be doing the image on 11 by 17. The first thing when it was announced and it was on Michael Bancroft's show with a creator, Gary, Michael asked if there was a dimension, like what should the dimensions of the artwork be, and they didn't answer. So I'm going to do a 11 by 17 image as if it was a pin-up. That way, however it's going to be utilized, whether it's going to be used as a trading card or a bookmark or as a pin-up, whatever it ends up being, I've got that's what dimensions are going to be. If it's a bookmark, obviously the image is going to be cropped, so it's an elongated image. But that's what I'm going to go with. So like I said, I'd really like you all to put a comment after you've watched this video, so that way I can know which one to do. It's one thing is from a class assignment format to working with editors that I don't get a whole lot of when you're working by yourself is getting the approval of which one to work on, because it's not easy. You get to the point where you look at them and you go, okay, let's work up this one, and let's work up this one. Consistently, pretty much everybody has been leaning towards one. There's two specific images in those thumbnails that people are starting to lean towards as which one they think I should do. But I'd like to hear from you guys. Put it in the chat, and if you also, or if you want, you can go over to my Twitter account, Stippling Vaughn. I think it comes up as Stippling V. But take a look, and you will have the ability to comment on which one you think I should. I apologize. You can comment on which one you think I should do, and I'd love to hear from you guys. At the end of the video, again, like, subscribe. They all help, because it helps the algorithm. It helps getting the video suggested to other people that might be watching stippling videos or art videos. Okay, so I would like to thank you all for watching this video, and remember, life is stressful, and that's why you take it one dot at a time.